Why school computers are actually useless. School computers are supposed to help students learn, research information, and complete assignments faster. Unfortunately, most school computers feel like ancient artifacts discovered in a dusty basement from 1997. Instead of helping students succeed, they test patience harder than math exams ever could.
As if school computers were not already struggling enough, they also have the loudest fans in human history. You open one Google Doc and suddenly the computer sounds like a helicopter preparing for liftoff. The teacher's explaining homework while the PC behind you goes brrrr. Bro, why is the computer breathing harder than the students after PE class?
The funniest part is when teachers try to play videos for the class. They click the file confidently and suddenly no audio device detected. Now, the whole classroom sits in silence while the teacher repeatedly unplugs and replugs cables like a frustrated DJ. And why do school computers always restart at the worst possible time? Then there's always that one friend who acts like a hacker because they know one keyboard shortcut. They press Control plus Shift plus something, and suddenly the screen flips upside down. Now the whole class thinks they're a computer genius, crying.
School computers also have the brightest screens known to humanity. You turn one on at 8 a.m. and suddenly it feels like the sun itself attacked your eyeballs. Bro, why is the brightness at 9 million? And of course you can't change it because settings controlled by administrator. So now you're forced to do your homework while being flashbanged the entire class. School computers also have the most dramatic startup noises ever. You press the power button and the machine wakes up sounding personally offended. Beep! Bro, why does it sound like a dying robot? And the loading screens never end. You'll stare at this spinning circle for so long you start reflecting on your entire life. At some point the computer's not even loading anymore, it's just thinking about whether it wants to work today. And why do school computers always forget printers exist? You click print. The computer responds, printer not found. Bro, it's right next to you. The printer and computer act like divorced parents refusing to communicate. Then there's the battle of plugging things in. USB drives never work the first time. You flip it once, wrong side. Flip it again, somehow still wrong. Flip it a third time, finally works. How does USB have 3 sides? School computers also have the worst audio problems ever invented. You plug in headphones expecting normal sound, and suddenly the volume blasts at maximum power. Now the entire class hears, "Welcome to the video lesson." Bro, my ears just graduated. Then when you lower the volume once, it becomes completely silent. There is no middle setting. The computer only believes in earthquake loud or mute forever. School computers load so slowly that students can practically finish an entire conversation before the desktop appears. Opening a single browser tab feels like launching a rocket into space. You click on Chrome, stare at the screen for 5 minutes, question your life choices, and somehow the computer is still loading. By the time the web page finally opens, the class period is already over. The printers connected to school computers are somehow even worse. Teachers say, print your assignment before class ends. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. You click print and the computer starts thinking about it like it's solving world hunger. Then the printer either jams instantly or prints somebody else's science project from 2019. Sometimes it prints absolutely nothing but still manages to make loud mechanical noises for no reason. School computers also have the most confusing desktop screens ever created. There are 900 random icons everywhere and nobody knows what any of them do. Half the apps have names like System Tool, Update, Final V2. Bro, that sounds like a virus! And somehow every computer background is either the default Windows wallpaper or a blurry school logo stretched across the screen like somebody edited it in 5 seconds. School computers also have the weirdest rules imaginable. You can't download anything, install anything, change anything, or even breathe near the settings menu without getting blocked instantly. You click one button by accident and suddenly, administrator permission required. Bro, I was just trying to change the volume. And somehow every browser has 47 tabs already open from previous students. Another thing is the random pop-ups. You'll just be typing peacefully and suddenly your session will expire in 30 seconds. Expire? Bro, this is a school computer, not a Netflix account. And if you don't click fast enough, the computer logs you out instantly and deletes everything you forgot to save. Now your assignment has vanished like magic. Then there's the random freezing. Everything suddenly stops moving, the mouse refuses to click, and the keyboard becomes decorative furniture. So naturally, every student does the same thing. Click harder. Because obviously, if the computer isn't responding, attacking the mouse will definitely help. The funniest thing is when the internet disconnects for the entire class. Suddenly, everybody stops working at the exact same moment and slowly looks around the room like survivors after a disaster. Then somebody always asks, do we still have to do the assignment? Hope appears for one beautiful second, and the teacher says, you can do it on paper instead. The entire class? Now everybody's day is ruined. Another weird thing is how every computer monitor has fingerprints from unknown civilizations. Nobody knows who touched the screen or why they touched the screen, but somehow there are handprints everywhere. Then there's always one student who thinks hitting the computer fixes everything. Computer freezes. Slap! Mouse stops moving. Slap! Internet disconnects. Double slap! Bro, the internet connection is somehow even worse. Teachers tell students to do research online, but the school Wi-Fi struggles to load a basic image. Even worse, nearly every website is blocked. Students could search for something completely harmless, like a picture of a cat, and the computer immediately responds with, "This site has been blocked by the administrator." Apparently, the school believes cats are dangerous educational threats. Also, every computer lab has that one computer everyone avoids, the ghost computer. The screen flickers non-stop, the mouse barely works, and logging in feels like gambling with your future. If you arrive late and that's the only computer left, your day is officially ruined. Then there's the typing lag. You type an entire sentence, nothing appears, then 5 seconds later the words spawn in all at once like the computer remembered its job. Another painful thing is group projects in the computer lab. One person actually works while the others just sit there pretending to help. Bro, I'm researching. No, you're watching car videos. Dead. Meanwhile, the computer itself is struggling to survive. Open more than 3 tabs and the whole system starts moving in slow motion like a dramatic movie scene. Also, school computers love freezing during presentations. The teacher tells the whole class, present your slideshow. You stand confidently at the front, click next slide, and nothing happens. Now 30 students are staring at you while you aggressively double-click the mouse like it owes you money. And why do the speakers always sound destroyed? Every educational video sounds like it was recorded inside a microwave. Welcome, class. Today we will learn about science. Bro, I can hear the static more than the teacher. At this point, who somehow types at light speed. Their keyboard sounds like tack, 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 tack. Meanwhile, everyone else is still trying to log in. And don't forget the lag during online tests. The page takes forever to load, students start panicking, and the teacher keeps saying, remain calm. Well, the submit button disappeared.
School computers also have the most disrespectful timing imaginable. They work perfectly fine when nobody needs them, but the second an important assignment starts, everything collapses. You could open 10 tabs yesterday with no problem. Today, one Google Doc crashes the entire system.
And why do school computers always randomly disconnect from Wi-Fi at the worst moment possible? You finally finish an online assignment, click submit, and suddenly, no internet connection. Bro, don't do this to me. Now you're sitting there refreshing the page like your life depends on it while the teacher counts down the final minutes.